November 23rd was the 50th anniversary of Doctor Who. Long-awaited day when my doctor, 10, came back to the show. The long-awaited day where we had more than one doctor together. We drove about an hour north to see one of the Los Angeles area screenings, which was a lot of fun. The whole mall looked like Comic-Con, a lot of fezzes and sonic screwdrivers. Strax does the movie etiquette lecture at the beginning.
Anya, can you imagine Strax teaching cotillion?
Those dresses better be knee-length, boys, or I'll crush you all, you pitiful human scum. As for the movie, captivating, funny, sad, everything you would expect from Doctor Who. Right at the beginning, homage is paid to the first Doctor in the title sequence. There are tons of memorabilia and pictures of past companions in unit, an assistant with a Tom Baker scarf, and tons of catchphrases like, I don't want to go, and reverse the polarity! It starts, Clara rides her motorcycle into the TARDIS. When a unit helicopter scoops them up, Kate Stewart didn't know that the Doctor was in there, and he calls her and ends up hanging outside the TARDIS while he flies over London. Awesome! We go back to 1562 England, where the 10th Doctor is picnicking with Queen Elizabeth. Then he soon finds out that she's not the Zygon, his horse is.
Is this the same horse from Girl in the Fireplace?
No, it's not Arthur, because he's a Zygon. 10's machine that goes ding isn't really working so well. He ends up interrogating a big fat bunny. Zygons are these old school shape-shifting, suction cuppy, red blobby monsters from outer space. They can transform into whatever or whoever they want to. Meanwhile, on Gallifrey, the Time War is in full force. And John Hurt's Doctor, the War Doctor, I don't know what to call him. He says he's not the Doctor, but later 11 says he is the Doctor, but he's not going to remember that. It's too confusing to renumber the Doctors. But Peter Capaldi's Doctor says, no sir, all 13, when all the TARDISes, Tardi, are flying to Gallifrey. So is he going to be 13? It's so confusing. Moffat said that Matt Smith is still 11. And John Hurt's Doctor is not in the number scheme, but the Doctors wouldn't count what number they are anyway. Future Doctor would know. Forget it. Matt Smith is 11. Peter Capaldi is 12. And let's just hope someone rewrites the canon and gives the Doctor more than 12 regenerations. We're getting away from ourselves here. The War Doctor is shooting no more into a wall.
No more. No more. No more, no more, no more. No more.
And Daleks are killing Time Lords left and right. The War Doctor sneaks out into the desert with the moment.
Bad Wolf Rose. Her hair is scary.
It wasn't Rose, and that bummed me out. I was hoping for her and the 10th Doctor together. Or Rose in the Meta-Crisis.
10 gets such a great freaked out look when he hears the War Doctor say, Bad Wolf Girl.
Back to the plot. There's a rip in time, and there's a fez, and 11 throws his fez to 10, and then he jumps in after it, and eventually the War Doctor ends up in England with those two. The Doctors are hilarious together. The War Doctor gives them a hard time for using their sonic screwdrivers as magic wands. 10 and 11 are especially funny. The best part of the movie is when they're together. As it turns out, Queen Elizabeth is capable of taking care of herself, and the Doctors return to modern London to take care of the Zygons who've been shape-shifting into all the important unit peeps and gain access to the Black Archive. Clara gets the code for Captain Jack's time vortex manipulator. 10th and 11th Doctors erase the memory of all the unit peeps and the Zygons so they can make the perfect treaty and not blow up London. This is the proof the War Doctor needs that he's making the right decision, and he goes back to Gallifrey in the Bad Wolf Rose moment. And he gets the big red button he always wanted. Clara sees in the War Doctor's eyes that he hasn't blown up Gallifrey yet, so two Tardi come swooping in to be with him.
How the sonic screwdrivers were the same machinery, just in different cases. The doctors were the same mind in different outer shells. This gave them 400 years to figure out the right solution. All the doctors, all 13 of them, Capaldi too, show up on the monitors in the war room as their TARDISes get to work.
It was great seeing the Tom Baker surprise. We might be 11, but of course we know who the 4th Doctor is. A man in the audience let out an involuntary girlish squeal.
Is Tom Baker a later regeneration of the Doctor?
Can you go back into old forms?
Is the Curator a new title for the Doctor? Like there's only 12 Doctors? And then the Curator?
No one knows.
Sadly, there was no Rory,
Amy,
Captain Jack,
Donna,
or K9!
But we loved it anyway.
Till next time,
Geronimo!
Avonzi!
da 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 da.